Hello and welcome to Meet Stella Dot. I'm Amy Christ and I am the sales director in the Western United States, and I'm so happy that you're joining us tonight. So if you are new to Stella Dot, let me share a little bit of information about us. So we are a company that is by women and for women, just like you. And really, we believe that when women support each other, incredible things happen. And did you know that we design everything ourselves? Yes, we absolutely, all in-house. Our design team is award winning. And so this scarf, this top, these gorgeous earrings, all designed in-house by our beautiful design team led by Blythe Harris. And we're really committed to social responsibility at Stella Dot. So what does that mean? We work with factories that provide fair wages, that comply with environmental law, and really provide a clean and safe and healthy work environment. And one of the things that I love most about Stella Dot is that we stand for all women, all sizes. We've eliminated all photo retouching on women's faces or bodies, so whether that would have altered their skin, the wrinkles, the blemishes, their ethnicity, we don't do any of that at Stella Dot, and I see the love coming through for that. It's incredible. And our impact so far has touched so many thousands, tens of thousands of women's lives, and that has equaled $500 million in commissions earned to date. That's incredible. $500 million, $500 million in commissions, plus $3 million donated worldwide through the sale of our charitable products, and $5.5 million in product donated to charities benefiting women and their families. So at Stella Dot, we know that it feels good to do good, and we are all about good here. And we're fashion you can really, really feel great about. And something else you're gonna feel really great about is we're giving away $250 shopping spree to a lucky winner. All you need to do is hashtag SDJoy in the comments and invite 2 friends to join you. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna look for our guest today, Krista Demcher, and her fabulous husband, Brian. So everybody needs to invite, and hashtag SDJoy, and I'm gonna find Krista for us. All right. I'm still looking for you, Krista. And not popping up there yet. Let's see, can I do this another way? Krista, if you want to request to join, that would help too. Because I'm looking for you because we have so many great things to talk about. And I want to see you. Where are you? Everyone's getting a close-up of my scarf and my earrings. You can check those out. New to our line. We just launched them. All right, let's try one more time. I see lots of other wonderful, friendly faces. But I don't see you, Krista. I see Kathy sharing her SDJoy and inviting Laura and Susan to join her. Way to go. And Krista has a #1 fan. I see Sarah. I see lots of other wonderful people here. All right. But I'm looking for you, Krista. Maybe that'll work. Let's see, Miss Krista. Hop on in here. Krista, if you can request to be my guest, that would be amazing. She's here, but I see you there, babe. Now I see you, but you need to hit the little people on the bottom, and you should then be able to request to join. There we go. Here she comes. We've got it, everybody. And great things. We got to wait for the
Yay!
to come. There
Hey!
Hello, good evening.
That was stressful.
That was a little stressful, but you know what? It's all good now. Thank you so much for joining us, Krista and Brian Demcher.
Thanks.
Why don't you share, Krista, a little bit about yourself, Where do you live, and why did you originally join Stella and Dot?
Yeah, so thank you, first of all, for having us. We're very excited to be doing this. So right now we live north of Baltimore, Maryland, in a small town called Forest Hill. We grew up in Pennsylvania. We actually grew up together, but we're not high school sweethearts. That's another story for another day.
That's another story for another day.
Yes,
another
yes.
video.
But we've lived here for the past 10 years, and we have three kids, two daughters who are 12 and 9, and a son who is 4. And I began Stella and Dot when my oldest daughter was 3 and my younger daughter was 1. And I really was just looking for something. Had kind of lost myself. I always wanted to have a career, and I did go back and work full time when my oldest was born, but I didn't want that pace of a working life and just wasn't quite sure what was out there for me. My background is in counseling. I have my master's in counseling. And I really just signed up, I would say on a whim, but it actually was like 9 months of me deciding, and Brian finally being
Can
like,
a whim be 9 months long? I don't know. It's a really stretched out whim. But.
Yeah. Brian finally just was like, will you just do this already and stop thinking about it? So it's been an incredible 9 years. Never imagined it would turn out the way it is, but it's been awesome.
That's incredible. And I love that you have a supportive spouse.
Yes.
It sounds like he might have did the little push for you.
Yes.
What was something that was holding you back? Why were you afraid to maybe make the plunge? Because I know there's people watching that are probably in your shoes right now. You're well educated. You had a job. What was it that pushed you or that held you back? But then eventually you said, you know what, I'm going to try this.
Yeah, I think it was fear. I was just scared. I was scared of failure. I was scared to feel a little bit like a sellout, I felt like I had my master's degree. I thought I knew exactly what I was going to do in my life. And now I'm going to go sell jewelry. Is this what a professional woman does? So it was that, preconceived notion of what this industry can be. And I was worried about what people were going to think.
I think fear was the number one thing, in my opinion, right? I just thought you didn't see yourself and you didn't really have an understanding immediately of how you were going to be successful here. Mm-hmm. And I think anytime anybody tries anything new, they want to envision themselves being successful right from the jump. And I think that was the problem. At least that's what I picked up on. Some of your hesitation in the early going and not signing up and kind of kicking it around a little bit was you weren't exactly sure how you were going to jump in and immediately be successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's interesting as career women, and then you have that baby and it kind of changes everything. You're like, whoa, wait a second. I worked really hard for this career and this vision of a direct sales business doesn't fit into the vision that I had. But oh my goodness, 9 years later, we're so happy that you said yes.
Me too.
And, I mean, what a ride it's been. So let's talk a little bit about, family and commitments, because you have, how many children do you guys have?
We have 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah, just 3. So there's no man-on-man combat anymore.
No.
You guys threw that
zone.
So how do you balance your family life, your business life, and everything in between? How does that work for you guys?
Yeah, I think it, like anything, it's a balancing act. And I really think we live the lifestyle that we have the lifestyle we are able to live because of Stella and Dot, not in spite of. So I can't imagine kind of keeping up the pace of our life if it weren't for this really flexible opportunity. Brian travels quite a bit. He's gone a lot. And we have 3 kids that are very busy, involved in lots of things, and we don't have any extended family living nearby. So when he's here, it's the 2 of us. When he's gone, it's just me. And I think, gosh, I don't know how I would do it if I didn't have this flexible career, not how do I fit this in? How would I do it if I didn't have it? And I think our tech assets have changed the game, so I may be in my car for 4 hours at night running kid here to here to here, waiting to pick somebody up. But we have these apps that let me work, anytime from my phone. We use things like Marco Polo to, be in coaching conversations with people. So it really is the most beautiful way to fit a career into a busy life.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
honestly, I don't mean to jump in, but I don't think this one is all that difficult, to be honest. I think we involve our kids in a lot of the stuff we do, like most people. I think if you're ever on her team page, you'll see our kids making videos. You'll see our kids, picking winners for the competitions from her team and so on and so forth. So we try to get them as involved as we can, and they see the fun in it. And like Chris said, I mean, with the flexibility really lends itself to being able to kind of flex in and do what you need to do when you need to do it. It's easy for me to say for a guy who my travel schedules, I have a position where I'm traveling almost every week. So she has a lot to manage on her own and can still fit in all the things that she needs to do to run a successful business.
It's amazing. I love it. And I think the technology, let's talk about that for a little bit, because I do think that's absolutely a differentiator. It sets us apart from everybody else. And I know you talk to a lot of people that are interested in the business, and they don't even realize the ease and the capability of what the tech does because they've never experienced, maybe if they've done another business like ours. So can you touch a little bit more about what that looks like in your day-to-day life and how the technology really works for you?
Yeah, I mean, so we have everything that we have is mobile friendly. So our like back office is mobile friendly. I honestly, there are some days that I realize I haven't cracked my laptop, and it doesn't mean that I haven't worked. I've worked all day long, but my laptop, I left it at home and I've been out and about, and, I pop into a coffee shop to work. So everything that we do can be done from your phone. So obviously our back office can be done that way, but then we have apps called Dottie and Mimi. So Dottie is our app to check people out. So if somebody says, hey, Krista, I want to order the, necklace you're wearing, I can pull that right up from my phone, do that right there. I'm done. I don't need to worry about how it's shipping to them. Our amazing, warehouse does all that, gets that to them quickly. And then we have another app that's called Mimi that has just everything at your fingertips. It's kind of like your digital assistant. So it has checklists of what you need to be doing that day to prep for your upcoming style sessions. It has images you can personalize. It has, your dashboard. So it tells you where you're at, has a great inspiring quote every day. So, I mean, the tech tools are second to none. And I think, people know us as a style company and then maybe as like a women's empowerment company, but we're really also a tech company, which is super cool.
It is super cool. And we're also a company about making money. And I said early on, we've $500 million in commissions earned thus far. So our stylists, for those of you not familiar with the brand, they have a little blue card. All the commissions get put onto there. I'd love to know some fun things that you've been able to do financially because of your business growing the past 9 years.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, that's a tough one to even answer now. I think, this has become such a career for Chris that it's hard to even call something a blue card purchase these days. I mean, we've sort of morphed into,
life.
Yeah, right. We're a 2-income family and we live a lifestyle that's, that is associated with that 2 income. And we count on that to be a part of what we do on a daily basis, whether it's vacations or trips or extra or, kids events. I think, you can probably talk more. I remember specifically what the first big blue card purchase was. I think you have tried the same idea, but yeah.
Yeah, first big blue card purchase was a trip to Disney.
Disney. Yeah.
I mean,
oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah. That was, I think, when our girls were 5 and 3.
Yeah, they were
and
little.
That was the first thing that I remember being like, wow, that feeling of like, I did this. And, I contributed to other things along the way, but like, this was all me. And it felt really amazing to treat them to that. And, that morphed into a Disney cruise and other vacations. And in our old house, we did a kitchen remodel. And, now, like Brian said, we are a 2-income family. So this pays for all the things that, any full-time income does. But what the beauty of this business really allows is because there's no upper limit, when we decide, all right, let's like go big and let's do this with the kids. Let's take the kids to Colorado this summer when we go out for hoopla and we're going to go see friends. I can just amp it up a little bit, so I can pay for the bills that I'm normally in charge of, but then I can amp it up and get that extra to take care of the fun things, which is really, really great for our family.
I love that. Brian, how did you feel when your wife was like, you know what, I'm paying for Disney? Like, how, like, did that even cross your mind when a few years earlier you said, yeah, try this business, we'll see how it goes?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really give you like a very accurate answer there. I think I always believed in my wife. I never had any doubt that she could be successful in whatever it is she wanted to do. I think but that doesn't mean I wasn't a skeptic about the opportunity, because I would certainly say I identified more as a skeptic in the early going. I've been in sales and sales training roles for quite a long time in my career, and we talked a lot about goal setting and picking a target and saying, hey, first I want to earn back my investment, for example. Then I want to be able to earn $5,000 for X or $10,000 for Y, and just kind of keep going and going. I never had any doubts that she could be successful. I wondered, to be honest with you, how much of a part of our family this would be from a financial standpoint. How big could this really become? What the future really held for her, much more than I was doubted that she could be successful, to be honest. And I just thought, the more I got into this, and then, she had won the glam trips in the early going, and probably Danielle and Jessica can tell you I was the guy who was asking all the weird questions in the first couple of glam trips. I became the question guy. Right. They're like, somebody shut that husband up.
Yeah. We just want to go with a margarita.
Right. Yeah. But I thought, I just really loved the business model. The more I learned about it, the more I really bought into the idea of, hey, you know what, this is a really smart business model. It allows for the flexibility. It doesn't have the minimums, and, you're not sort of carrying the inventory in your garage, and all of the concept of what the business was made to do, which is to help you earn money quickly. I just thought was super smart. And the more that she kind of progressed in her career here, the more, those things became second nature, and we just sort of got used to them as a family, That first one was very special, though. I mean, when you have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old daughter, and you get to say, hey, this is what mommy does, and she earned this trip for us, and she, helped us do this today, and to see what they think of that and see how they look at their mom, it's a totally different thing. It was really cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty special.
Yeah.
So Brian, how has this changed Krista in your perspective? Like, what has it done
Oh
for
my
her
gosh.
as a mom and a wife and partner and friend?
She's like, super cocky. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm joking. No, it's been so cool. She has, I think, again, to say, I feel like she's always been, and I think a lot of people are, that everyone has these sort of traits that don't always show up in your day-to-day life. And I think this has allowed her to be so much more confident and so much more inspirational. She has a huge team now, and I think I hear from so many members of her team about how valuable her messaging is and how much of an inspirational leader she is. And I think that's really cool. I think it's given her an outlet, and it's allowed her to do so many things with the community and the friendships. We have so many close personal friends that we, try to make times in our lives to actually physically visit on a regular basis, that we've met through this opportunity. And, again, I always go back to, what our girls see their mom doing every day is just a cool thing, right? They see her fitting career and working and inspiration and leadership and, positivity and
making dinner
and right,
and all the boring things too.
Right, but
bringing home the bacon and frying it.
There you go.
Yeah, but if it ever needs to be reheated, I am awesome at the microwave, so I can totally handle any kind of leftover. I'm really good at that.
He's pretty good too. We make a good team.
I love it. He's on warm up, heat up.
Yeah, right.
So Brian, for any husbands that might be out there watching, or maybe their wives are watching, now their husbands are watching.
Sure.
What is your advice to them?
Yeah, I think to me, the barrier to entry, right? The hurdle is so low. The investment, the upfront investment to running your own business. I've been in the sales and sales training world for quite some time, and I don't know of any other opportunities that come with such a low sort of barrier to entry. To me, this is such an obvious sort of, if you're going to invest in yourself and you're going to invest in that upfront opportunity, you are without a doubt going to make that back. What you do of it from then on is up to you, and how you can work the business. But to me, it's just so easy to imagine yourself being successful here. And coming from somebody who was a skeptic, right? I mean, that was me in the early going. It's just so easy to see yourself having, starting off on that right foot, like we talked about, that's so important, gaining that confidence and having that initial success. it's so
Kind of, it
obvious.
came down to like just the dollars and cents. We kind of looked at it like, okay, what do we have to lose? What is the risk that's involved in this? And it was $199 at that time. And there was no risk,
Right.
honestly. Like, it's
And
$199.
I think I said, like, what's the worst thing in the world
Yeah.
that happens here? It takes you, what, a month or two to make back that investment, and you get a bunch of nice stuff to wear around. I mean, that's
Nice
literally
stuff.
the
Yeah.
worst
Yeah.
thing
Nice
that can
stuff.
happen here.
Spoken like a true dude.
Yeah, that's what guys say. But yeah, I mean, that was literally the worst case scenario, and to me, that's a pretty easy thing to decide on, you know.
Yeah.
And people might be watching and they just need to go to StellaDot.com join, because we actually do have a sign up special going on for the month of March. There's two, we choose or they choose. So if you're listening and Krista and Brian's story is resonating and you want to learn more, definitely go over to StellaDot.com and join, and you'll be connected to a stylist near you. Or if you know a stylist, reach out to them and they will tell you all the good things. So Krista, just some last words, for people that are thinking of doing this, what would you say to them?
I always go back to, you owe it to yourself to give it a try. I think as women, we talk ourselves out of so many things that feel selfish or feel like we're not doing for someone else. And we deserve it too. We deserve to give something a try and take a risk on ourselves. And if you're going to take a risk on anything, this is the thing you should take a risk on, because there really is no downside. You walk away with a whole bunch of jewelry and the feeling of, I gave this a try. We were talking a lot about confidence, and one of the things to build confidence, which is just this important trait in every aspect of your life, you need to try new things. And so if you have been thinking about it, or like 9 months, like I did, you just owe it to yourself to jump in and see if it's for you. And, I'm here to say it for most people, they do love it and they stick with it. But, if it's not for you, you can walk away feeling like, wow, I tried something new and I'm proud of myself and I built my confidence. So we would love to welcome you into our community, because it's, simply put, the best community around. Brian will agree.
Yeah.
It is. Well, thank you so much to both of you for joining us tonight. I'm sure, I don't know where those three kids are. It seems very quiet.
Well, there may be some technology time going on that normally doesn't happen, and like gummy bears and all the things.
Bedtime's gonna be awesome.
All right,
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
You're on bedtime too.
Yeah, put Brian on bedtime duty. Perfect.
That's right.
Thank you guys for joining. You guys were fantastic. And again, for those of you watching replay, make sure to do #SDJoy and invite 2 friends in to watch, and you'll be entered automatically to be in the drawing for $250 shopping spree. So who wouldn't love that, right?
Yeah, right.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks, Amy.
Bye, everybody.